Listen, when Kelli called Brit's husband her roommate, I screamed.
Welcome to the Asia Esterak Hour, where film meets conspiracy and pop culture gets a reality check. From sharp recaps to sci-fi theories and media deep dives, Asia Esterak serves it unfiltered. Let the binge begin.
All right, welcome back to the Asia Esterak Hour. I'm Asia Esterak. This is going to be a quick review because, as you can see, my ass fell asleep in the sun yesterday, slept in, fucking heat stroke, I don't know. Anyway, let's get to it. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 16. Let's jump right into it. We open with Shamia and her daughter. This was a quick scene. It was funny because the producer behind the camera, who was clearly Caucasian, asked Shamia why her daughter is always shiny. And I was like, that's not a black person. Anybody, especially being an 80s baby, I didn't leave the house unless I was shiny. My mom even used her spit. I thought that was kind of funny when she was explaining that. So anyway, we go over to Phaedra and her family. So Phaedra's youngest son, Dylan, Mr. President, wants to be a fashion designer, and he's 11 years old and is sewing shit. Super impressive. I'm not surprised. It's Phaedra. I'm not surprised by that. They're going to be doing her and her friend are doing a black tie shopping event later, and Dylan's bell bottoms are going to be featured in the show. Super cute. Love that. So Kelli is going to her divorce hearing, her trial. She leaves. She ends up coming back, sitting down with her, I think the guy is her publicist. I can't remember. He was in the last episode. Shamia comes over and they talk about it. So basically they're still not divorced. They ran over time in the court and her husband ended up going to jail. So apparently homeboy only pays child support once he's like in jail. So he waits to the absolute worst time to pay child support. Her ex-husband sounds like a nightmare. I would love to know the origin of why he's like this. Like, what happened? Was their whole marriage like that? Because it just seems like he's really coming for her. I'm not trying to put anything on her, but I'm just curious. I know there's cause and effect for everything, so I'm curious why this behavior. Like, why? I don't know. So anyway, Kelli has an event at the Williams-Sonoma store. I love Williams-Sonoma. I would love one of those mixers. Super nice, expensive as hell. Anyway, so she's doing a cooking presentation there. She mentions she's done it loads of times. She invites Drew and who else does she invite? She invites Drew and Phaedra and Angela and Angela's husband Charles, because they kind of challenged each other to a cook-off. So her and him are cooking off. I think they made bananas Fosters. That shit looked really good. Something I noticed, Charles is kind of fine, y'all. I just turned 44 this year, last week. But I can see why Angela's attracted to Charles. There's something very lovely about him. I know he's a little aloof, but he's a little aloof. And but he's chocolate, he's tall, he knows what he wants, and he can cook. Oh, God, please send me that. Not after I secure my own financial future yet. It's my goal right now. I don't want a man. I want a man until I'm totally legit. Anyway, I'm wasting time talking about myself. So, at the event, they mentioned that Brit's not there, and they're asking Kelli, has she talked to Brit since Grenada? She says no. She says that she's really surprised that Brit hasn't reached out to her because of everything that's going on with her divorce and the fact that she was there for her after the whole Kenya event. She brought over those IVs and stuff for her. Here's my thing, Kelli. Kelli, you can't expect Brit to be loyal to you and call you. You guys weren't getting along, and there was a break in the relationship. And let's keep it real, you did have a meeting with your glam team about not working with her. I understand all that, but you got to understand where she's coming from too. You weren't moving right with her, so for you to think that she would rise above is hilarious. She's low vibrational. Brit Edie is gutter, and I still don't understand how she got on this show. Again, whoever hired her, vouch for her, your ass should be gone, because wow. But anyway, so at the event, while they're at the event doing this cook-off, over at Brit's house, Brit invites over Cynthia and Portia. And it was funny, I guess Brit was saying that when she was rooming with Phaedra was giving her advice with the ladies. Phaedra was telling her how to be a classy ass bitch, because we know that she's not. She uses the word classy, but girl, you're so far removed from it. So they get to her house. Her house looked junky as shit. I don't know if y'all noticed that room piled with shit by the entryway when she opened the door for Cynthia. I noticed that immediately. Stop, kitty. But she did mention that they're renovating. Whatever. It's always something with her. Whatever. Anyway, at the house, they're of course talking about the whole her and Kelli's disconnection. Brit saying, for her to hold a whole glam team, hold a whole meeting, it's just crazy to me not to have me work with them. So Kelli in her confessional talks about that, and she goes, yeah, I told them not to work with her. I mean, it's giving that she's not that girl. Why is she trying to take my entire team? Kelli, you offer for them to work with her. Come on. But we know that Brit's not that girl. And I think Kelli figured that out and started disconnecting from her. I mentioned that in my last review. What's funny though, so Brit is sitting there talking shit about Kelli to Portia and Cynthia. But the reality is you wanted to work with her glam team. You're just mad because she had a meeting with them. I mean, you mad. She told them not to work with you. And I honestly don't understand where you're getting your funds from. It's giving you couldn't afford to work with them. No way. I don't know. Everything about you is very fake. Very fake. And she's so gross and trashy. I just want to clean myself after watching a scene with her. How'd she get on the show? And sidebar, I was listening. A friend of mine sent me a clip of the Reasonably Shady podcast with Giselle and Robin. I didn't even know this. Giselle said she was really surprised that they had hired Brit on the show because she used to be one of Stevie J's girls. I'll just leave that there. Anyway, so back at the cooking event, they're all cooking, and it was funny because everybody loved Charles's Bananas Foster. Kind of funny. Some random dude walks over to Angela and he's like, hey, can I talk to you really quick? And he's not mic'd, there's subtitles. And she's like, who are you? And he's like, I just want to talk to you off the side. Angela kind of poo-poos him away and they're like, who is that? She's like, I don't know. So then later on in the scene, so the guy mentions something about Charles. He doesn't say what it is, but she's kind of like, so later on in the scene, they're all doing a toast at the end after the cooking event. And this motherfucker goes, I just want to do a toast. Cheers to Charles and, him sleeping around. He says something like that, sleeping with other people. And they're all like, Charles doesn't hear it because if he had heard it, he'd have dragged homeboy. Very strange. Very, very strange. So anyway, there's a bunch of filler scenes. I'm going to get to the meat and potatoes because I got about 10 minutes before I got to get to work. So meat and potatoes. So Phaedra has her private shopping, black tie shopping event at the Ivy where her son is going to be showcasing some of his fashion skills. The ladies all come. Portia calls her beforehand and says that she's not going to be coming because her cousin just passed. Real quick, her cousin Londi passed away last year. I don't know if you guys watched Portia Family Matters or anything else with Portia. Londi was always there handling all the events. Rest in peace, and I'm sending love to that family because I liked Londi. I thought she was great on the show on Portia Family Matters. You really got to see her inner workings, and she seemed to work really well with Portia. And my cat is walking on the table. Come on, Harriet. Stall me out, Harriet. Stall me out. So, but R.I.P. to Londi. So Portia didn't attend. Real quick, speaking of Portia, I just want to jump back. When they were all at Brit's house and Brit's talking shit about Kelli, Brit mentions the fact that the glam team is now working with Shamia, and she's like, I don't understand why she didn't have a problem with that. I don't think Kelli has an issue with her team working with Shamia because Shamia has in. I just don't think you have anything, and I think she feels like, well, Shamia can work with them. Shamia has shit. Shamia wasn't trying to steal her glam team. You clearly were trying to steal everybody because you're not that girl. Anyway, back to this scene. Actually, not back to that scene because I left this out. So as she's talking about that, she drops a little nugget that Shamia had relayed and actually showed Brit text messages that Portia had sent her, because about something about her attorney, and it turned out, we learned in the confessional, was actually something about her therapist that she had shared with Shamia, and Shamia had shared this text with Brit and a few others. I'm telling you, I love Shamia, but Shamia, I don't think you're that great of a friend as you're portraying yourself to be. And if y'all go back to that season where they all went to Madrid, she had showed a text message of Portia's to Sheree. I don't know if y'all remember that. I'm not going to get too deep into it because I don't have a lot of time. But Shamia, I don't know. Portia's response was cool, but obviously she'd be mad. It was personal. Why are you sharing shit with fucking Brit Edie of all people? The most low vibrational bitch on the show. Why would you show her anything? She's trash. Anyway, so we get to the Ivy event. All the ladies show up except for Portia. Drew is supposed to be like the co-host. Of course, Drew's late. Drew ends up showing up 45 minutes late, gets locked out. They let her in later. Okay, whatever. Anyway, at the event, they do the fashion show. Everybody comes out. Dylan actually modeled the jeans that he sewed. So cute. I love that he's 11 years old doing this. I just think that's like super awesome. And it's nice to see an 11-year-old have an actual passion. Something like that where it isn't, where it's like you really have to do the work. I mean, the fact that he sewed pants. I mean, shit, I got a C in home ec from fucking terrible sweats I sewed. Anyway, shout out to Dylan. So, Kelli arrives later on at the party. Well, she is already there, but they're all mingling. And before we get to Kelli and Brit, Angela talks about that dude that approached her at the cooking event. And she did a little investigation and found out that the dude was paid to come there and say all that. Very strange. Very creepy. So they're all like, Angela, private investigator? She's like, well, I have people that don't play about me or Charles. And they're like, what are you in the mafia? Like joking around. But the reality is, who would pay some guy to go up there? And the dude that was paid, like, how fucking lame are you, bro? The fact that you was trying to get clout and be cute, that whole moment reminded me of, I forget what season of Married to Medicine it was, but it was when Lisa Nicole Cloud was still on the show. And those rumors were circulating that her husband was supposedly gay. And that guy approached Quad at that event and he was mic'd, and I've been sleeping with Lisa Nicole's husband. The fakest shit I've ever seen. Come on, Kitty. Whatever. The fact that dude signed a waiver to have his face shown on TV lets you know, just you sold your soul for not even 30 pieces of silver, baby. You got half a piece of silver. You are whack. So stupid. And what's even more creepier is, who would pay somebody to say some crazy shit like that at an event? Angela, Charles, y'all got some serious haters out there. Very, very bizarre. Anyway, so they're having a little cocktail hour, and there's tension between Kelli and Brit. It's obvious, and Kelli's over it. She makes this little comment. Well, Brit does say hi to her. Very fake. Why say hi? You don't like her. Don't even fucking talk to her, right? Anyway, they're standing around. Kelli makes this comment, and Brit responds, and they start going back and forth. And she's like, go ahead. You know, she's talking about the glam team. They're going back and forth. Brit starts going low and says to Kelli, what about all those abortions you had while you were married? All because Kelli called you out for really not being able to afford the glam team and basically trying to copy her, which is giving single black female. That's what it's giving. Or married black female, whatever. Arrangements, black female, whatever. Brit went low. Brit is one of these bitches. This is why you don't tell people your business. Because when Mad Day comes, everything comes flying out. I don't respect people like that. I had a former friend and writing partner that did some shit like that to me. And I don't give a fuck. It'll be 40 years from now. I'll never forget that shit. Shit was whack as fuck. But anyway. So Kelli goes, you know what? I was your friend. I supported you after the whole Kenya event. I brought that IV people over there to help you and your roommate. I screamed when she referred to Brit's husband as her roommate, which is giving. It's giving arrangement. It's giving pimp. It's giving lots of things. There's the terror right there, Harriet. So the episode ends with them still going at it and trading shots at each other. So apparently next week is the finale. That was a fast, quick season. I'm not gonna lie though, it was kind of dragging a little bit. But whoever let Brit on the show, why? Kelli, be careful who you share your like serious shit with. Anyway, I can't stand Brit. I can't stand a bitch that airs out all your personal stuff when the friendship, relationship, whatever blows up. It's dirty. It's so dirty. Anyway, let me get my butt out of here. It's Monday. June is almost over. I'm gonna need Mother Earth, whoever runs this bitch, to slow down time. But anyway, y'all have a great week. Let's get this shmoney, drink lots of water, and most importantly, be nice to each other.